Hello and welcome back to our YouTube channel.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening,
Depending
depending
on
on
the
what time you're
you're
watching
watching,
us.
you're welcome.
She's just S. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, and share. Thank you.
Today I'm teaching you my journey to event planning or something.
I'll be her interviewee. She'll be answering the question I'm asking her about business. As you all know, she's an entrepreneur. She has her business, digital memorata events. Link tutawekea description hapo. IG page. It's an event company. Actually, we are partners, but she's a major partner.
I'm the boss, I'm the
She's
G,
the
I'm the main child. Ndio kusema.
Ndio kusema.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My page is Memorata Event.
Memorata events. We will put the name up here. Haya. I have a call, so forgive me. Question 1. Mrs. Danje Deviti
Don't ask me how I got to that name.
Nairobi. Where did you get any training when starting your business?
Where did I get any training?
Yes.
I did not get any training. I actually just saw some beautiful pictures on Instagram and then decided this is what I actually wanted to do. So
Self-taught, inspired
I was
by
self-taught.
Instagram.
So I went to YouTube. A YouTube baby. I should actually be paying my fees to YouTube. I learned, bought some few balloons, blew them up, and started.
Right. And when did you start your business? When did you get the idea that you wanted to do decor?
It was a long time ago. I was probably in Form 3.
She knew what she wanted to do from Form 3. I just figured out what I wanted to do.
I knew I was going to
Form 3, she knew she would.
In Form 2, I knew I wanted to be in business. In Form 3, I realized the business I was being taught is not going to help me in any form, shape, or way. I should have actually taken agriculture. Maybe that would have been helpful. I don't know. So I decided I wanted to do something with decor. Initially, it was interior designing, but it was too expensive to learn that in school, and those skills. I actually used to admire people doing woodwork in school. I was like, they're making so much beautiful stuff. And I used to admire that. And then I started, when I was in campus, I saw those pictures on Instagram and I was like, people do baby shower here. Why don't I introduce this? I didn't know it was being done then because my sister was just going to those small baby shower where you put yellow outfit, all of you, all white.
And 5 balloons.
And 5 balloons. So even when I told her to partner with me, she was like, but we always carry 5 balloons. So I went, took some picture on Instagram, advertised that work as my own, and then I got someone to rent a metal structure. It was a cake stand. The person paid. I did not have the cake stand. I went to my local fundi. I told them, please make this for me. They made it. I made some few excuses to the customer on why I could not send the picture to them. Made it. And then after that, I rented it to the customer. They gave me back, and I had my money, my initial capital, back.
Lesson 1: just do it.
Just do it. There's no excuse. I'm actually an example of those kind of people. I only started with air.
Nothing.
I had
she
nothing.
basically had nothing but
nothing.
an idea, and someone trusted her with work, and she went.
And the customer was happy. She was like, the thing was lightweight. I loved it. And then after that hoop, the balloons that I bought, I practiced to make a hula hoop. The hoop you see us making with the balloon, the arc. I practiced with a small hoop with some balloon I bought there at the local market. Yeah, that's my starting journey.
Next question. Did you get any capital in form of loans, parental support? Did you have any extra saved pocket money?
When I was starting, initially I had nothing. When I was doing this hoop, the cake stand, I had zero. Like my initial capital was what the customer paid. That was it. Like what they pay for deposit, that's what I went and told the funded, make this for me with that money. I had zero. But for my first event, I used some of my savings, used the customer's deposit.
All right. That the first real event was in 2020.
2020.
Yeah, 2020.
Was it in 20?
Number 4. Which is an alternative way that you would give someone to start a business with?
You can start by investing what you already saved up. Apart from the idea that I've given you, you can start from your own saving. That is one. You can use my idea where you use the customer's deposit as your startup. The other idea is work with the local suppliers. For me, for things like the charger plate, the stand, I had to make them myself. But if you're starting, I would advise you can rent if you don't have the money.
Yeah, you can rent, but basically know where you can get all that stuff that you are advertising on your page or wherever. Just to know the supplier so that when the customer pays you money, you can use it to get
because the customer
things.
expects you to deliver exactly what you advertise.
Yes.
A lot of mistake people do is going for those picture perfect from Instagram, something you cannot not actually deliver. That is a problem. Go for something that you can do your research first. Know where you'll get those things, exactly those things, and then you can start. A lot of people have done. When you're working with a supplier, ask them for the pictures. You can do your Google reverse picture, whatever. Just know this is their work. Work with those people.
Where to source the items? Are you sure you want to discuss this?
Where to source?
Question number 5. Where to source items?
There is a lot of places you can source for the item, for the balloons. There are a lot of shops in town, online. There are a lot of suppliers. For that one, you can DM me in private because there's a lot of people.
There are a lot of suppliers, especially in town, where they sell wedding dresses. There,
yeah.
There is.
You can find balloons in wholesale.
Everything. You'll be surprised. You can find everything you need.
Work with your local artisans, for example, for the stands. You can work with the local. Tell them your idea. Make sure he's good at what he does. Just don't go for someone who is cheap. They can mess you up.
Yeah.
Try to attend events like for other people and learn, connect, network with people. You can get suppliers, maybe flowers for the tents, because tent is kind of expensive if you don't have the budget for that. So attend. Ukiona place kuna harusi usiende kukula, weenda saidia go network. Kuna watu wanakuanga wazuri, they are nice people.
Yeah, by then you can meet good decor people. Someday we'll tell you a story about a good decor person you have encountered and a bad decor person you have encountered.
That is a story for
another. Go talk to them.
Yeah, whatever you want to. Talk to the people in the ground. Look at what they are doing. You can learn by seeing, volunteer to do some work.
Yeah,
that's one way.
Give us 3 pros and cons. 3 pros and cons for an event business.
Apart from being your own boss, you get to meet a lot of people. You get to visit a lot of places. Meeting a lot of people and visiting a lot of places is one thing.
Being your own boss is one thing.
And then you get to be creative. You get to see different work. Every work is different, and it's just satisfying to see different work every time.
And of course, you make money. If you're making good money, it's a good thing. And you don't work a lot. You mostly work on weekends, but
you get to have a lot of free time. So you need maybe you can do a side hustle, so you're not tied by 9 to 1. That's a very good thing, actually.
Higher cons.
Well, normally when you're starting, most people will tell you they're underquote. Sometimes when you're renting something from a supplier, what you thought you were getting from compared to what they deliver, Another story. When there is difficult client, obviously they want something so magical, but they don't want to pay a lot for
The
it.
bargainer.
Uh, huh.
And then there's this thing for venue, what you have in your mind versus what you actually meet on the ground.
There was one time I actually wanted to take a 100-seater 10, and I did not know the space, how long the space was. When we were discussing with the customer, they are okay with the 100. By mistake, my supplier brought the 50. And actually, I was glad they brought the
Because
small
that one ended up fitting the space. Had it come in the 100 people one, it couldn't fit the
Then there is the
compound.
weather.
The
Oh
weather,
my God, it can rain. The sunshine will burst the
the
balloon.
balloons, if it's too windy. Okay, it's a lot of things. Second last question, we're almost done. How do you rate your work?
How you rate your work depends on your skill. How good are you at what you do? If you're a startup, definitely you're not going to be charging
Too
much because you want clients,
You're
you want
looking
a
for
portfolio.
you're looking for both portfolio and clients.
And then you have to do a markup. For example, you buy balloon at this amount of money. You have to put
margin.
your profit in that, your markup price, and then there is labor. You should charge at least 30% of the total cost, whatever that thing is going to cost you. Total cost, 30% of the total cost, you charge that as labor. Yeah, and then your time. How long are you going to use to set this thing up? Charge that also.
Last but not least, give these people advice. Anyone willing to start any business, a small and medium enterprise, not necessarily decor, any kind of business.
Just start. I always say one of my biggest regret is not starting earlier.
Start where you are.
Start when you had that idea. Start
now.
Start
today. Like, this is your sign for you to just do it.
Jaribu, figure out your capital. You don't need capital. When I wanted to start this, I was like, where am I going to get the money? Once there's a person who told me, you don't need the capital. You know, you always hear those people. I only started with 1 billion. I don't know, for my Githeri business. You have to have that mindset. It's not a joke.
It's not the money, by the way. It's
never the money. It's more
do you want to actually do it? Okay, some projects do require money, but most things that people want to really do, it's a question of, do you really want to do it? You find ways.
And then be patient. Especially when you're coming to event, you have to be very patient to build your portfolio. It's not always about the money. When you start, it doesn't have to be
portfolio.
It's more about networking, learning, because you're learning. If you're not going to school, you're learning on the ground. So money should be in your mind, but should be also somewhere behind there. Yeah, start when your parents are supporting you. Just start. Okay, and thank you. Share, subscribe. You can leave more questions on maybe something I have not touched on.
Yes, you can contact her in her page, Instagram, Digital Memorata, and Instagram
Digital Event.
Yeah, and Taje. All of them are linked below, so you can find them.
Thank you.
Thank you.